Hi guys, it is me, Clarissa here on Clarissa Says, where Clarissa says it all, and that is how I feel. So we are back with another coronavirus update video, vlog video. Let's talk about corona and the coronavirus. So for those of you that have not heard, California has went on an official lockdown, like a complete lockdown quarantine. Today went to the bank, and all banks are basically closing at 4 p.m. Most of your convenience stores and grocery stores are closing at 8 p.m. And this is just an update so you guys are aware of these things, so you're not surprised when you go to your local grocery store and like, wait, they normally close at 10, but now they're closed at 8. Or when you're trying to get money from the bank and they normally close at 6 o'clock on Saturdays, or 6 o'clock on Friday, or 8 o'clock on Friday, or late now hours normally, and they normally close later, but now they're closing at 4 p.m. Also, be aware that a lot of the banks are giving a higher limit on the ATM limits. So for those of you that have limits less than $1,000, you are able to call your bank and ask for a limit increase because of the lines at the bank, because they're not allowing more than four to six people to be inside at one time in a bank. Also, some banks are not allowing you to visit a teller. They're only allowing you to use the ATM. And so if you are taking out money that you have to pay for bills, then you need to have a higher balance so that you are able to pull the funds that you need in order to survive. Okay, so yes guys, we are slowly but surely, if you're not in California, going into a state of a emergency quarantine. Now in California, they are literally not able to come outside their home unless it's for a specific reason that is like a dire need, like someone is sick and they have to go to the hospital, someone's pregnant, you run out of food, and that's literally about it. Any other reason for you to be out in California is technically right now illegal. Like, they have shut it down. They're on a full lockdown in California. So what does that mean for everyone else? What that means is that slowly but surely more states you will see will be on this quarantine shutdown. I definitely predict Florida. I definitely predict New York. I definitely predict Chicago. If this coronavirus continues to spread and be as vast as it has been in China, Italy, and Spain, and other places where the coronavirus has spread greatly. Okay, so we had a lot of cases in California, and I know also, let's not forget Georgia. Georgia also has had some cases too, where people have been catching it, but a lot of people have not been dying from it. Now, I want to just talk about the school system. So for most schools, if not all schools, school is out for 30 days, meaning that the school system worldwide, but at least in America, will not come into effect until April. And if this coronavirus does not slow down or is not handled or contained by then, they will choose to extend it. So children and kids are actually being technically homeschooled by parents, which actually is somewhat of a good thing, because a lot of parents forget that yes, your kid goes to school, but you also need to do your due diligence at home and teach your kid as well. And so this is a good way to bond with your kid and give your kid a little boost of knowledge that normally you would not be able to do because you have to go to work. And a lot of people are able to get off right now and are not just being laid off, and are not just out of a job and no paycheck. A lot of jobs are stepping up to the plate and giving their employees, these people, time off to be at home with their kid for this 30 days paid. So it's not just like an abandonment, like my kid is at home and you can't take care of them, and you can't do the schoolwork with them. No, you're at home, as a working mother or father or both, and you're getting paid to stay home and homeschool your kid, basically. Now, there are those parents, of course, that don't have the opportunity to do that, and they are struggling to figure out how their kid is going to be at a daycare or be watched during the time of this coronavirus shutdown, and that can cause, of course, some people to lose their jobs and stuff like that. But I will say, out of the spirituality aspect of me, if a job is not working with you in a situation like that, then guess what? There are better things out there. I know right now may be a hardship for you not to have a job, but there are better things out there that you can do and will find that will appease you and actually treat you with, you know, humanitarianism and respect to the fact that you have children and you have no other way for them to be watched without you being the sole person there to watch your kids. Just to mention it, a lot of governments, state governments, are actually offering school officials, cops, anybody that's like in the government, and teachers, and you know, people like that, help when it comes down to their kids being out of school. They're offering them daycare and daycare assistance. A lot of the states actually are offering other services when it comes down to daycare services. So just look up the options you may have in your state. Don't just, you know, throw in the towel and automatically get upset. Actually look in the options, and see what is actually out there for you to benefit the most from, as far as your kid being at home and not being able to have child care because of the virus. So I just wanted to mention these things to you. The time is, you know, changing every single day, and just make sure that you have all of the things that you need. Yes, some people are being very, you know, optimistic, which is a good thing, and they're saying that this may not be something big. All the states may not go into quarantine and all of that, and I don't disagree with those people, but I do say you got to use your brain. So just in case it does happen to your state, your city, or wherever you're located, you are prepared, and you're not trying to find things at the last minute when there's nothing open and available, because everything has closed down. They're not letting people go to work. They're not letting people do anything besides stay at home and enjoy family time, which Americans need. I don't know about anywhere else in the world, because everywhere else in the world is having these shutdowns too. But I'm telling you, Americans, United States of Americans, or true American people that live here in America, regardless of the true Americans or not, people that live in America, we need this bonding time. Because a lot of us just go through the motions real fast, quick, go to work, get up, take the kids to school. It's like a limbo, and we're not really enjoying each other's time. You know, especially when it comes to family, we're not really like bonding with family members and family like we used to before. So this is a really good time to bond, but at the same time, you want to make sure you're mindful of the period of time that we're in right now. So make sure you have board games, make sure you have cards, make sure you have enough food that, if say for instance you did have a family member that waited to the last minute and couldn't, you know, find chicken or beef or fish or shrimp or, I don't know, soup or canned goods or whatever, you have something to give to them to help them out. You know, make sure you have your water. If you don't want to buy all the water's out, get a Brita. There's so many options out there. Get yourself a Brita and get your purified. You know, eBay still has them at regular price, because if you go on eBay right now, look for hand sanitizer, it's like $7, $8, $9, $10 for like a little small hand sanitizer. People are literally marking up everything and using people for, they're being very sneaky and use people because they can. But the point is, be prepared, have your resources, and don't wait till the last minute to get into a situation where you have to be quarantined and now you don't have the resources that you need. So be prepared, be smart, be diligent, and be prepared. Always be safe. And like I always say at the end of my videos, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, make sure you smash that like button, leave any comments down below so that we can talk in the near future about anything that you may be interested in knowing about the coronavirus. Also, go ahead and leave your comments down below on any topics in general, like any general topics that you may be interested in knowing any information about. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to serve you guys and give you information that you're interested, no matter what the topic is. Please be safe out there, as I already mentioned. Make sure you're washing your hands. Make sure you are being mindful of your surroundings, of who is around you. Make sure that when you go home, you change your clothes instantly, shower, put them clothes in a laundry basket or in the washing machine, wash them or get them away from you. Make sure you don't bring your shoes into your house. Make sure you Lysol them, keep them outside. And also make sure whenever you have the opportunity, you are washing your hands and hand sanitizing throughout the entire day. I'm just being mindful and making sure y'all understand, to be careful. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna let this video go. If there's any other update on what's going on, I will fill you guys in on any details that I find. Make sure you subscribe again and make sure that you stay tuned to my future videos and watch my past ones. I'm out for today. Peace, love, tranquility, and I'll see you in my next video. Be safe, guys. Don't be those kind of people. Be diligent. Use your brain. Don't wait till the last minute to then run around with your head like your head cut off, trying to find everything in shock and stress. Relax, be calm. Everything has a plan. God's plan is what God's plan is. Don't stress. It will be all right. All right, guys. Love you all. Peace.